Welcome and thank you for joining us. I'm Jessica Barbier, your host for the Cox OC Connection. Internet safety is a huge concern in today's society, and surprisingly, parents know very little about this compared to what their kids know. The Boys and Girls Club is making sure parents get up to speed. Take a look.
Hello and welcome to Cyber Survivors, where we test your cyber smarts. I'm your host, Denzel, and today's contestants are... On our show today, we're testing your cyber survivor skills on cyberbullying. Okay, contestants, are you ready for the first question?
Ready!
How many teenagers have been victims of cyberbullying? Is it A, 1 in 100, B, 1 in 50, C, 1 in 20, or D, 1 in 3?
I would have to say A, 1 in 100.
I'm gonna go with B, 1 in 50.
The right answer is 1 in 3. 1/3 of teens have been cyberbullied. Unfortunately, it happens to more than we think. Let me ask you a question. Are you worried about cyberbullying with your kids?
Knowing that 1 in 3 kids have been cyberbullied, absolutely.
Yeah, unfortunately, it happens more than we think as parents. We really need to be more aware and stay on top of it.
You're exactly right. Only 7% of parents are concerned about cyberbullying. Make sure your kids stay cyber safe and you stay informed when it comes to cyberbullying. Check out cybersafefutures.org to learn more. Thank you for joining us here on Cyber Survivors.
And with us today from the Boys and Girls Club of South Coast area to talk more about this initiative, I'm joined with Susan Arias, the Development Director, Victoria Baker, the Technology Center Supervisor, and Lauren Bonin, the Internet Safety Team Ambassador. Welcome and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Susan, can you tell us a little bit about the Cyber Safe Futures campaign and your involvement?
Sure. This is our first year being involved in the Cyber Safe Futures campaign with BGCA and Sprint. And we applied for a grant, and so we will be hosting an Internet Safety Night on June 17th, where families can come to the club and learn more about Internet safety. And Lauren was selected to be a teen ambassador, so he will be on one of those PSAs this year, like we just saw, talking and answering questions for parents on how they can work with their kids on Internet safety.
Congratulations. You'll get a little experience being on air today, and then you'll be a pro when it's time for your PSA.
Awesome.
So
All
we'll get
about
to
that experience.
I like that. So we'll get to that in a little bit about your involvement. Victoria, I wanted to get a little more information on what the campaign's all about. Obviously, June is Internet Safety Month, so what will be taking place this month?
With our club site in particular, as Susan mentioned, we are having our parent information night on June 17th. And we've been already talking to our kids during our daily announcements about internet safety and different situations they encounter online. And along with that, we're also doing several art contests, poster making, and I've been collecting questions from kids anonymously just so they can express any concerns they have about internet, and so we can use that information to prepare for our parent night as well as our daily announcements.
And we saw the concept on this video we just watched of the Cyber Tribe. What is the Cyber Tribe and how is it involved with the campaign this month?
So the Cyber Tribe is a group of 6 teens from across the country from different Boys and Girls Clubs that were chosen by Boys and Girls Clubs of America to represent teens in our clubs, and their role is to help bridge that gap between parents and their teens on how to have more comfortable conversations about internet safety and you know, really getting the parents involved and aware of what their teens are doing online today.
So Lauren, again, congratulations on being selected as
you.
a teen ambassador. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your involvement with the Boys and Girls Club.
Well, I started in late October. It all kind of started in child development. I became the president for my senior year, and I realized I have such a passion for just teaching kids and taking care of kids. And then Miss Yancey was talking to my boss, Andy, and he just called me up and I started volunteering, and then after a few times volunteering I got hired, and it's the best experience I've had so far, like in a working working experience, you know, just really good.
And so is that the process of your role at the Boys and Girls Club, or what was the selection process for the Teen Ambassador program?
Well, I was working one day, and then Susan comes up with a camera and says, "Hey, do you want to try something out?" I'm like, "Sure." So we go outside, and she gives me a script, and I just read it off and try to smile. And then a couple weeks later, she says, "Congratulations." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "You've been chosen to be the Teen Ambassador, and you're going to represent Boys and Girls Club." I'm like, "Whoa, I did it?" Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
And why do you think programs like this are so important, and especially in today's age?
Oh my goodness, it's like an unknown world like that. People aren't seeing and realizing what goes behind the computer screen. You know, at school, you know, there can be bullying over there, but to come back home and also get bullied, it's just, no one deserves that, to be cyberbullied. And this whole program, the Boys and Girls Club and Cyber Tribe, it's all about informing people to let them know the dangers of cyberbullying. And we just want to get that word out because there's kids that are just suffering from it every day.
Are you personally seeing cyberbullying happening on a day-to-day basis at school or outside of school?
Well, typically with girls, yes, there are. It's been seen more that there's more cyberbullying that goes on with girls than boys because of, you know, girls like to take pictures and like use Instagram a lot more. They Instagram everything, you know. And but yeah, there also that one app that came out, Yik Yak. There was some big problems about that too, because people were unaware about the damage that goes on inside of people when they write bad things about others.
That's how I know I'm getting older, because I'm like, Yik Yak, I don't know.
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, I know, but these new ones I can't keep up with. And that being said, is there a huge gap that you're seeing with the teenagers that are using these apps, and then parents and their understanding of applications, internet safety, and what's happening on the cyberbullying end?
Well, it's like our generation, we've been raised into technology where parents, when they're teenagers, didn't even have cell phones. So there is a big gap. There are older generations that have come to it and understand more of it, but there's a real unknown idea of what goes on with the parents. The parents are pretty much oblivious. Most of the parents I know, they're more about just calling and texting. I think that's as far as most parents usually get. And with teens, it's just a whole nother thing that goes on. And it's just two worlds.
And so there's also some resources and tools out there. Tell us a little bit about this Cyber Safe Futures website.
So this is a website that BGCA and Sprint launched during the month of June, where parents can submit questions online, and those questions will be answered by the Cyber Tribe. So that's just a place where they can find resources and learn more about how to protect their kids online, setting up, you know, safety barriers and boundaries, and talking to your kids and having those conversations about what's appropriate to post online and what's not appropriate, and, you know, why is accessing certain websites dangerous when a teenager, you know, thinks they're on there to make friends when they really have no idea who's on the other side of that computer.
Victoria, what type of programs are you currently running outside of the Technology Center?
In the Technology Center, we have programs first that focus on digital arts, which include image makers, which is photography, as well as clay tech, claymation for our teens. And we also do internet safety programs besides the month of June. We just finished a series of NetSmarts, which is sponsored by Boys and Girls Club of America and several other organizations. So we just finished the series before Internet Safety Month to launch that off. And we also do programs for education, and one of our major programs for education is Success Makers. And Success Makers is a digital educational curriculum program created by Pearson, which focuses on math and reading. And through our members using Success Makers, we can track their participation and their progress during the year. And with that information, we can share that with their families and help them do better in school. And we also focus on learning how to use Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, just to help our members become proficient in those skills. And also with internet, we try and teach them how to search specific content and to read internet and assess if it's valid information or not.
Are you guys noticing a trend that a lot of the kids are using the tech center at the Boys and Girls Club because they don't have access at home? And if so, what is your philosophy? What are you guys doing around the whole digital divide?
That's a really
issue?
good question. I believe that our mission in the Tech Center and the Boys and Girls Club as a whole is to provide access to our members for resources they don't have at home. And so we try and include our members or encourage them to use the resources we have, especially the Tech Center, as much as they can. And that's why when I'm in the Tech Center, I try and do a variety of programming just so I can reach out to different students and members, just to show them different sides of technology and to encourage them to embrace technology and learn how to use it. That way they don't fall behind their peers that have more access at home.
I'm sure your job role is getting bigger and bigger because everything's moving to that digital platform, and nowadays it's not just a luxury to have a computer and connectivity at home, it's a necessity.
It is.
So summer is here, and I'm sure that's another, making your job very busy. So what's going on also outside of the whole technology spectrum, but what's going on at the Boys and Girls Club?
Sure. Our summer program starts on June 25th, and we will be open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And one of the great things about our club is we focus on 3 priority outcomes all throughout the year. So we have academic success, healthy lifestyles, and good character and citizenship, and we try and focus our programming on all 3 of those things so that kids are getting a well-rounded experience. And enrollment in our programs is only $30 for the entire year, which is one of the things I love most about my job.
It's like unheard of.
It is. It's unheard of. So anyone can participate. It doesn't matter where you're from, what your background is. These kids can come and have fun. They're not worried about weekly or monthly payments that they have to make. It's good for the whole year. They can participate in sports, they can do cooking class, they can do arts, and they can go into the Tech Center and utilize those programs. We do programs that incorporate softball and baseball, basketball. So really it's a fun place for kids to find friends. We have positive youth development professionals like Lauren who really mentor the kids and build those connections as well.
And Lauren, what has been the most outstanding experience you've had so far at the Boys and Girls Club?
Honestly, it's just the best experience was probably Christmas. I did a choir program with the kids and we did a bunch of Christmas songs.
Oh, I love that.
And they were just having the greatest time. Everyone was laughing, and then when we were done practicing, we pretend we were on stage and have mics and just sing a bunch of Katy Perry songs and whatnot. They're just having a blast, and I loved it. It was great.
Seeing the smile on their face probably puts a smile to your face like it is right now.
To go to work and work with kids, it's just, I love it.
So Lauren, we have a little bit of a surprise for you today that we thought would be fun to do on air so we can catch your your reaction on air. So this is going to be a little experiment of how you do on air for your PSA. But Cox was very impressed with all the accomplishments and how you've been involved in the community and what you're doing with internet safety. So as part of our diversity scholarship program, we're happy to award you with a $1,000 scholarship for your future educational endeavors. So congratulations.
Oh my goodness.
We'll pass that down to you since you're all plugged in over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, right.
But congratulations. So for more information on the
Thank
Boys
you.
and Girls Club, can you give a quick website before we end?
Our website is www.begreatsanclemente.org.
Perfect. Well, all of you, thank you so much for your time. And internet safety is very important, so thanks for being here in June to share that message with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For more information on our programming, please visit cox3.com. And to find out what we're doing in the community, visit our website, cox-cares.org. Thanks for joining us.